in my wig.
Tasha just said something like her availability is more during the day and vice versa. So maybe she can watch it at a later date. So I'm starting to record it then. I just want to make sure that was okay with everybody. Okay, keep going, guys.
Yes.
Okay, so that was my intro. I'm Kathy. I'm from Georgia. I've been with UBAM for 21 years, and my why started out that I wanted to be at home with my own children. I was having to work outside my home, and I didn't want to have to do that anymore. So that is why I started, and the income allowed me to do that. After about 2 years, I could replace my teaching income, and now the income is allowing me to help pay for school tuition and that kind of thing now that my kids are older. So who wants to go next?
I'll go. I'm Diana, and I'm in Houston, and my why was to be able to stay home after my son was born, and yeah, that's my why. So I've been here with Usborne Books and More for almost 2 years.
And you're getting ready to go to Disney World.
Exactly.
On Usborne's dime.
Yes. Luke is very much looking forward to meeting Dodo Duck and Minnie Mouse and Boofy.
That's great.
Can't wait. Kamisha, you can hear this. I just muted you just because we're getting a little bit of background noise from the wind. But if you want to talk, just like raise your hand and then I can unmute you. Okay? Okay. So Christina, you want to go?
Sure. So my story is kind of just that I was always raised around books, and I've been a teacher on and off for years. I've worked with the YMCA for on and off for 10 years. And my biggest thing is books are a part of life, and it also helps with my daughter. She is getting ready to be 3 in September. She's a few months younger than Luke, which is Diana's son. To me, it's just important to keep doing that and spreading the word, and that, you know, through these parties, it's easier for people to get the books, you know, because they might say, oh, it's too expensive, I can't afford it. But, you know, it's like you have a good party, then you really don't have to spend as much as you would think. So my biggest thing is just being able to spend that time with other people, networking. Also, since my daughter is an only child right now, it makes it easier for us to be able to connect and have, you know, for her to find new friends and people to spend time with.
Oh, yeah. You're going to have 1,000 friends pretty soon. That's what's fun. That's what my kids tease me about all the time, is having 1,000 friends. So, but you will. I mean, it'll be really cool. They're like, which friend is that? And they're like, my teenagers are like, they'll say, hey, I saw your friend today. I'm like, which friend? Well, you know, da, da, da. I'm like, well, I know. How many Michelles do I know? Which Michelle are you talking about? And it's just funny. But that's great. That's a great reason to have. So, Judy, do you want to go?
Okay, I'm Judy. I live in Conroe, Texas. And I basically, to be honest, sell the books because I was buying too many of them. So kind of was urged to go ahead and start selling them if I'm going to buy them. But really, I do like the books. I can't help myself. If there's a booth, if there's an Usborne booth or anybody I know that's selling them, I can't help myself. I just spend, buy. So I know that they're good, and I want to get these books into the hands of kiddos. And just share the books.
Yay! All right, Kamisha, I'm going to unmute you.
Okay.
All right.
Let me know when you're ready. Ready?
You're ready.
Okay. Well, I am in Houston, also with Diana and Christina. And my why is because I love the books. I'm big on reading to my son and him reading. He loves to read to us more than I like sometimes when I'm trying to get stuff done myself. But, you know, I understand it just takes 5 minutes, you know, to drop what I'm doing and to read to him. And then when I heard that all the different opportunities and everything with selling something that I'm already interested in, it just made it that much more easier for me to go ahead and want to join. Plus, I want to stay at home, too, like everybody else with my kids. Like, who doesn't want to stay home?
Yeah. That would be great. How many of you know about Usborne's goal this month for sales? Does any of you know? Not Diana. You don't get a chance.
Oh, I saw that message and I saw the information. That's a lot. That I know. That's a lot.
It's a lot, huh?
It is a lot. Thousands, lots and lots of thousands. I don't remember the specific number, but I remember seeing the message on our goal for this month because we got over 6,000 new consultants
Right.
for the month of June.
We did.
So,
And their
yeah.
goal is 10,000. And last
10,000.
year, I want to say we did 7,000. Is that
7 or 8,
7?
maybe?
Are you talking about million?
Not 10,000. Gosh.
Couple more zeros.
7 million and 10 million. Yeah.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
misread.
Yeah. So then, that kind of thing. So that's kind of where we are. So I was just curious if y'all had a goal, like what would you like to sell this month? If y'all thought about that, like each one of us doing a part, if there was a part for that.
They want us to do, because I missed this, Janice. I didn't see the details. 10 million this month of July.
Yes, month of July.
All right, that's
Yeah,
what I understood, but I want to
July.
make sure because that is a big number.
And I think we did 7 million last year, I think is what they said. So that's how they based it on that. So anyway, I was just curious if y'all had thought kind of what you wanted to do.
I'm going for home office challenge 2.
Okay. Which is how much in sales?
$2,000 in sales and 1 new team member.
2,000. Okay. All right.
And that's really smart to always work toward that. Even if you don't reach it, you still have had a good month, because you've gotten that much closer to that goal. And
my goal right now is to just fill my calendar for July.
What did you say?
I'm sorry, I said my goal right now is to just fill my calendar for July.
For July. Okay. Okay. And that's good. And how many bookings would you like to have?
10.
Okay. Okay.
Like 6, 9, 3 a week, maybe 1 an extra week, Facebook party or a Zoom party.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
that's a great thing about the online parties too, is that you can easily do multiples in 1 week because you don't have to leave.
Right. Just kind of invite people.
And I'm going to do a Christmas in July party coming up, and I'm going to use the same template. Like I'm going to do it with one of hostess, and then I'm going to do my own Christmas in July party on Facebook. So, it's really easy that way. It's the same template, same everything.
Are you going to make a template in Visly for that?
I surely will.
I would like to see it.
And then other people could do it.
I'm doing it.
Some more too.
Okay. I'm doing a Christmas in July for a friend of mine. Right after we come back from Florida, and then I want to do my own also.
Okay.
I have to have all that ready because I'm gold. So
right. Yeah, my chip play will be perfect, but Diana will make it even better. That's the cool thing about having a team. Kathy, I need to send Megan the link real quick. So can we take over from here for a second?
Yeah, sure. I was going to say my goal is to, between now and the end of the month, have 6 more bookings because I want to kick off my fall in a really big way. And I feel like when I have a strong July, then it sort of it gets the ball rolling for the fall. And ultimately what I like to have is sort of a self-sustaining business so that I have bookings that are getting bookings. The worst feeling that I have, and it happens still every once in a while, is to look at my calendar and be like, man, I don't have any bookings on here. And it's that feeling of I have to start from scratch. Even though I've got past hostesses and past customers, it's just nice to already have those bookings kind of rolling along. So that's my goal, is to get 6 more for July to kick off my August through the end of the year.
Christina, what are you thinking?
$250. No, realistically, I mean, 500 would be great just because I'm kicking it off, and the 6 parties, possibly more. I already have 3 lined up that are going to be starting next week and the week after.
Great.
That's super.
2 of them are Facebook parties, and the other 4 haven't decided. So I'm hoping to get all those done by July.
Okay. That sounds like a good idea.
That's pretty much it.
So maybe we could have a booking goal as opposed to a sales goal, maybe, or we could figure that out. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out, because one of the things they're talking about with teams, and one of the things I'm learning is how important it is for us to have a team goal. And I wanted to kind of get an idea from y'all as to, so it's up to y'all, what y'all think would be.
I have a tip for you from Nancy Ann, because when she said this the first time, I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense, you know? She said, decide on your income goal first so that you can then plan your calendar accordingly. If you have a goal of making $1,000 in a month, then you're going to need to book more than if you had a goal of making $500 in a month. So if you set your income goal, then you can decide how many parties am I going to generally need to reach that income goal. So
that makes sense.
So that's not a sales goal. That's an actual how much money am I going to get paid goal.
Yeah. That would be your what I like to make. What do I want to make for my profit, my income this month? If I want to make $500, then I'm going to need to have at least, 4 $400 parties, or I'm sorry, that's not right. It would be 5 $400 parties if I want to make $500 in commission. But if you don't have an average yet, on average, across the country, $400 is about an average party. I always tell my hostess, though, like a really great party is between $800 and $1,000, because if you tell her that's a great party, then she's gonna be like, oh, I'd like to have a great party. So, and then I can also say, and that gets you this much in free books. So then I've kind of set up the expectation. I mean, and even if she falls short of that, she's still had a good party. It's been worth it for her, and my profit's going to be good, and she's probably going to get bookings because that means she's going to have more people there. So I encourage you to kind of look at that. Like, what would I like to make in commission this month? Let me now plan my dates for meeting that goal.
Mm-hmm. Megan,
that's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a great idea to think about income, think about what you want to make, and then back it out from there,
There's 2 great parties a month to bring you almost $1,000 a month. And that's just 2 great parties. If one great party brings in 400, then
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. So that will make a difference. Megan, we're glad you're here. Hey. And I wanted to give you a chance to get to know us a little bit. We did a little introduction at the beginning, and we told a little bit about why, like where we live. Like Judy's in Conroe, so she's not too far from you. And anyway, if you want to introduce yourself a little bit and tell a little bit about why you're with Usborne. If you got, and it's okay if you got kids in the background. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm in the bathroom right now.
I noticed that. So she's hiding.
I got one in the bathroom and then one in the bathtub. So I'll be keeping mine on silent most of the time and just listening in.
Okay.
I just like the books. I wanted to sell them and like other people get to experience them. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so the money's nice, but that's not really what I came in for. I came to just see the books and let everybody else enjoy them too.
Okay, perfect. That's great. Right. Yeah, and I'll put you on mute, and then you don't have to worry anymore. But raise your hand or chat with me or something if you want to actually say something. But anyway, I want to tell you one story real quickly about Megan, because Megan was kind of recruited by Samantha, and Samantha was really new in her business for a long time. And anyway, she asked a lot of people, and she was working toward promoting and things like that. And it just wasn't quite the time for Megan yet. I think she was pregnant. Maybe you can just shake your head. I think she was pregnant or something like that. So it wasn't time for her to join yet.
I just left her down there.
But anyway, she was able to.
I just left her down there.
She joined much later. So what I wanted to explain to y'all is what I was telling you about is that sometimes you're going to get no's, but that doesn't mean no, not ever. It means no, not now. So you may have to wait a little bit longer. And I think it was 6 months to a year before Megan was ready to join. And then she's been really active. So I just wanted to say that to encourage y'all, especially with bookings and things like that, is sometimes it just means not ever, it doesn't mean not right this minute, but it could mean for later, that kind of thing. And that's one thing Kathy and I were going to talk about, is that the more you work now, the better fall you're going to have. And you want to explain a little bit more why, Kathy, that is?
Yeah, well, and I kind of touched on it, I guess, but ultimately you want to have this sort of foundation of bookings that you can then build on so that it's self-sustaining throughout the year, ideally. If you get at minimum one booking from every single event that you do, then you're not out there trying to scrape up the bookings and find them and have to go back and do a lot of follow-up to get them. So, we all have to do that occasionally. But to me, that's really, ultimately, I want to have a self-sustaining business. So I constantly have bookings on the schedule. And then I'm just working to coach those hostesses so they have a great party so that we get more bookings from those parties. And if I'm busy like that too, I'm more likely to, I'm meeting more people to join my team. And I have hostesses who are happy with what has gone on at their party. So they are more likely to join my team also. And you can get to the point where you're like, I'd really like for somebody to sign up at this party because I actually have quite a bit on my schedule and would really be happy to share some business with someone. I think it's easier to get a really packed calendar when you're doing things online and you can handle it a lot better. But in the olden days when we had to do everything in somebody's house, you could easily get so booked up that you're like, I can't do anymore.
Yeah. And that's where you'll find yourself that way in the fall. There'll be things that'll happen. People will call you and you'll be like, oh, or when a hostess does fizzle, you'll be like, oh, good. I'm glad. Because I really didn't want to go do that party tonight anyway. But yeah, because the more little feelers you put out now, they're going to come back to you. If it's not this fall, it'll be the spring or something like that. You're kind of kicking off your business is probably one of the hardest times that you're going to have to work, if that makes sense, to kick it off, to get it going. But once you get in swing, it'll be fine, as long as you keep swinging it and you keep touching it. One of the things that someone said, was it Nancy Ann, I think, that said, just touch your business once a day, every day. And once you do that, it's amazing what will happen if you just touch it once a day. So, Kathy, did you have some more things to?
I was going to say, too, as far as if you're doing your kickoff on Facebook or any other party on Facebook, and some of you may do this already, I hesitated to do this, but when I started, my parties ended up being better for me and for the host, of course. But I set up her event, but I do not open it to her until she has 20 to 25 people who have said they would like to be invited. And the reason is because that will ensure she has a good party. It'll be worth her time and my time. And it's so much more fun when there are lots of people in there interacting. So I just tell her, go ahead and send your private messages out to the people you'd like to invite. Tell them we're planning this and you'd like to invite them. Can you add them? So all of those private invitations first, then she'll get the replies of yes or maybe or no, whatever. But I just tell her, I said, as soon as you have 20 people who've said they want to be added to the event, we'll open it up and you can just click add them at that point because they've already said they'd like to be included. That will help your sales, especially if you're new, you want to be able to give double free books and you want to get your half price refund or your full refund. And, you really want to hit the ground running and get the most out of your incentive period. So if you can have 2 $500 parties instead of 4 $250 parties,
right?
That's great because then you have more time to do additional ones. So that would be my advice, so that you're kind of stacking the deck in your favor and in your hostess's favor by saying, well, as soon as you've got your 20 people, I'll open the event and you can start inviting them right away. Does that make sense?
Yes.
No, about that.
I have had a party that's been successful with about 6 or 8 people, but it's not the norm. The more people you have there, obviously, usually the better it's going to be.
And it sets that expectation, out there. And so it's just like setting the expectation for a great party being $800. I mean, maybe they'll reach it. They'll get there. Because you set that expectation.
And would it be ideal if the host that we're speaking with about having the home party seems a little iffy about it, maybe introducing the Facebook party or the Zoom party so their guests don't have to leave?
Mm-hmm. That's
okay.
You could do both. I encourage people that are local to me to have the in-home party,
right?
Even if it's for a small group,
right?
Because that, I think, is the key with a small group live in-home party, is that the people are there seeing, touching, feeling the books. They're going to buy more,
right,
than a person who's buying online most of the time, because they're seeing the books. And like Judy said, you can't help but fall in love with them when they're right in front of your face.
Right.
You want more, and you want this one and that one. And, oh my gosh, I didn't see that. So I encourage her, if she wants to do a Facebook component to her party, sure, just do it on another night. So this is going to be my live party, so you can come and actually touch and feel and see the books and ask the consultant questions in person. And then for those that cannot come, then I would offer them the Facebook option. And then you can combine the sales from the two.
But just find out what her hesitation is in actually having the party, which you may have to ask a few questions to find out. Is she concerned she doesn't have enough room in her house? Is she concerned that she'd have to clean her house? I mean, those kind of things. And then you can deal with some of those objections. I mean, you can meet at a playground. You can, I've done some indoor playgrounds at different churches where I've met if the kids came. There's different ways you can meet at a restaurant for like a happy hour. You just have to find out what it is why she doesn't want to host it, and what is she really looking for, looking to get out of it. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes.
Just trying to find out.
I love that question too, Janice, that you pointed out too. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, like what would make your party a 10 for you? What would make you feel like you had a 10 party on the scale?
I wrote that down.
That's very open-ended and lets her say, well, heck, I'd like to have $500 in free books. And, she's setting the goal then. And you can say, okay, well, here's how to go about doing it.
Okay.
Or she may just say, I want to give free books away to this school, or this charity or something like that. I mean, you just never know what it is. Or they might just like to have parties, and they might like to bake and make, cupcakes, or maybe they like to have a fun activity for their kids to do in the summer, which is like we were talking about themes. You could do a cupcake party. You can do art in the park party. I mean, just different things like that with a different theme. You can do a margarita party. Does she like to drink wine? What is it that, maybe she wants a night out without the kids. Maybe that's the reason she wants to have the party, and she could care less about the free books. And you just kind of need to know that, because it'll help you in coaching her,
I like that bring your own banana theme too. I just think that's so fun to do the banana split party, bring your own banana.
I think that's really fun. And also the ice cream party is another theme where everybody brings a topping and the hostess serves ice cream. So that's kind of a fun activity to do too. So just to kind of give y'all a little bit of an idea.
I've got a question. I don't know if this would be on topic or anything, but I've been pondering this and stuff too. As we book these parties, I'll do personally. As I book these parties, and I know, say I've got this one party next Monday. The mom, she's a new mom, and most of her friends that will be there are also new moms. How do I get books for that party to specifically be geared towards those guests to make it, that much more interesting for them if I don't have, as many infant books or toddler books available for them to see on hand?
You can borrow a few from Diana or me, but you don't want to go crazy with only have an infant book, because when you get to the party, all of a sudden you're going to realize they also have nieces and nephews. that
Okay.
are like, older kids or something like that. So what you've got in your kit is a good sample of the different ages.
Okay.
Maybe a few others because you're local that you can borrow from us. But that's the really cool thing is each time you do your own party, you're going to get free books. Does that make sense?
Okay, so don't necessarily focus on the specific age group that may be there. Just make sure we have just an all-around variety for them to see all of them.
Right.
Okay.
A good variety because you can show them things in the catalog and things like that too. And then there's videos that you can show them if you needed to.
Right.
You have
Okay.
you have a pretty good selection. But because we've got about 10 more minutes, so just so you all know kind of where we are a little bit. But,
I think it's nice too when you are brand new and you do just have the books in your kit. It's a really nice way to plant, a seed about the business to say, this is the nice selection that I got in my starter kit. All of these books came as samples with my starter kit so that I have a nice variety of ages to show to moms who are interested in books, no matter what age their kids are. Right. But I think you can also take a moment to let them know that when, after you share books for a little while and then you pass out catalogs, that you can show them the areas where there are more baby board books, cloth books, and that kind of thing. Because we do have a ton of them, and you only have like 2 or 3 in your kit.
Yeah, so kind of like giving them a little teaser so they want to see more.
Yeah, and maybe they'll book a party with you because they know in another couple of months you're going to have some more books and vice versa.
I do like using a wish list for, if there were 2 things that I would say you really do want to make sure you include other than sharing about the books and the fact that they could do this too. I like to make sure I do the wish list, and I like to make sure I do a pretend hostess kind of thing, which is basically just somebody who's willing to hold a stack of books, or you can talk about it if you're new and have just your kit books. You can say, on average, most hostesses get between $150 and $200 in books for hosting. That covers like all the free stuff, the half price stuff. I don't get into all the particulars because it just kind of flies over people's heads.
Right.
But 150 to 200 in books is a really nice haul for, having some friends over and sharing the books.
Yeah, that's a lot of books.
Yeah, and just finding out, like their goal also, if free books is important to them, how many orders do they need to get to collect this in particular amount? Like with y'all, with, an $800 party, what that would mean on average, at least what I found, would be at least 16 different orders. Am I calculating that right? It's a $50 average order. So, that's kind of how another goes back to hostess coaching, where you tell her, oh, do you have grandma that you can order from? What are aunt and uncle? Who else do you know that could order? Because some of those grandmas will order $200 worth, and then somebody else will order $20 worth, and it all averages out. But if you focus on the number of orders that she needs to get, then that makes a big difference too.
Okay.
How to reach that, and how she's going to get there. Do y'all have other questions about getting bookings or things to say? Anything like that? Yeah, okay with that. Because that's what we want to do. We want to be here to help y'all. So we had, Christina, how many bookings did you say that you wanted? Ideally, in an ideal world, there was it 2?
An ideal world for me would be about 10 to 12 per month.
Okay, 10 to 12 per month. Okay.
But I have 6 so far right now.
So you have 6 already. Okay.
Well, you got a good start.
Yeah, you got a good start. And then Denise wanted about 10. And then Judy, are you going to do a kit thing at your house or anything like that this month? Do you know?
Have not planned anything for this month. It's full of camps and family coming into town.
Okay.
But my big thing right now is just my kickoff is kind of now too, because it's been really slow with the kids at home. But I'm trying to do activity parties and things like that to get friends in the house and let the kids experience the books by doing things, and then the parents shop through the catalog, and that's been pretty successful. But August and September would be big ones for me because back to school,
Right.
back to all of those kind of things. So June, July are out,
Right.
but
getting
I
them to come
have
over.
plans for other things. Yeah.
Yeah. And I call those mini personal shopping appointments. Really. You have the kids over and they end up ordering some books, and you
Yeah.
kids had a good time and you made a little bit of money at the same time. So
Yeah.
that's always good too when you're having fun. So
And then book parties that way too.
right. Well, that's good.
Can I throw out one more idea? This is
Yeah.
something I got. I love having so many great people on our team because I get ideas from all of you guys too. And Amanda Ellithorpe had thrown out what she is coaching her new consultants on her team to do, that when they do get an objection to booking that's like really legitimate and you can't work around it, like somebody's just, I don't do home parties. And when people say that to me, I will talk about, well, why is that? Explore that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But if I absolutely have somebody say, no, I just really don't want the free books or whatever, I'll say, another option is to ask them if they would like to do a benefit for a charity or an organization that helps children and families. Because sometimes they'll be willing to do something for charity that they would not do for themselves. So I think that sometimes, especially when you're new, to have that option to add in there is a nice, it's just nice to be able to try to book beyond that, no, I'm not going to book with you right now kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. You could take it one step further. I'm just kind of thinking about out loud, but you could ask about a book benefit, but they also might know an organization that might benefit from Cards for a Cause. So you could ask for a referral for Cards for a Cause of somebody they know that might be needing to get cash for either an adoption or something like that. You might want to, like what we call paint a picture, is give them a couple of different examples, like adoption or a shelter or something like that. Are they needing cash for whatever reason? GoFundMe for whatever reason, that kind of thing. So that could lead to something. It could lead to something really big that would be bigger than just a booking, just from that connection.
And when I mentioned, and just to be clear too, when I was talking about doing the whole book benefit idea, it would be hosting a party basically, but they'd be inviting people who wanted to get books and then donate all the free books to an organization. Or, there may be a group of people that want to benefit the babies, the Books for Babies program at a hospital or something, and they all just want to donate. That's possible too. But I did want to throw one more thing out. I know we're short on time. If all of you guys are on the Achievers group, Nancy Ann's training tonight is at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central, and she is specifically doing a training all about theme parties. So I encourage you to go to that. It's the Zoom link is on, or not, I'm sorry, it's not Zoom, it's Facebook training, but it's on the Team Ambition page. So you can copy it, I'm sure, Janice, over to your team page too.
Yeah. Because it's helpful too if you have a kind of an idea when you talk to people. You're again painting that picture about how much fun they're going to have. Yes, they're helping you out, but they're also going to have fun by getting their friends together and stuff like that. So thank y'all for being on our first Tractors Team Zoom call.
I was glad to be here. It was good to meet all of you guys virtually.
Yes, nice to meet you all too.
We're excited to be here, and we're going to grow big time this year, and we're just going to keep rocking and rolling. But I'll let you know about the team goal. I'm going to reach out to some other people. I know kind of about y'all's bookings. I'm going to reach out to other people in the team and see kind of what they want. And then I'll come up with a team goal for us and see how many bookings we can get to happen this month. And maybe we'll do something fun like, an ice cream party or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm always welcome to ideas, but to do fun things. Okie dokie.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
Bye, you too.
Bye.
Good to see you, Judy. Take care. Bye. Let's stop recording.